Today on People Now.
A former Today Show staffer comes forward with a new story of an alleged in-office affair with Matt Lauer. We'll tell you how she says it happened.
Nick Jonas has all the details about life on the set of his new Jumanji movie and his amazing original cocktail.
Well, Bombay Sapphire, and then it's dreamy. It's a Bombay dream.
Count on the Kardashians to take Christmas decorating to a whole new level.
Yep, Kris Jenner's Christmas polar bear is back. We'll show you how it fits in with the rest of the decor.
Why did James Corden tell the nurse his new baby's name was Fiancé? We've got the Late Late Show host's hilarious story.
So much goes on in our group text.
No.
And the cast of Pitch Perfect 3 is spilling all about keeping the group in the loop when the cameras are not rolling.
Plus, it's National Cupcake Day.
Woo!
We've got the tips and tricks to take your cupcake game to a whole new level.
It is all today on People Now. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday, but more importantly, guys, happy National Cupcake Day. Oh, yeah. We are so excited. We're whipping them up here. They're almost really excited about it. We've got a great holiday coming up, and we've got the cupcakes for the holiday season. We have the perfect wintry cupcake recipe that you need to try at home. You will not believe the secret ingredient. We're going to get into all that a little later with a very special guest. And since we've got an expert baker in the kitchen, we want to hear from you. What is the questions? Wow, I can't get through this. What questions do you want to know about baking the perfect cupcake? I am literally speechless today. I'm so excited about National Cupcake Day. I just learned about one that is a rosé-infused cupcake that actually has raspberry jam in it. My mind is blown by this. I can't wait for you to join the conversation using the hashtag PeopleNow. Melissa, our cupcake expert, will be answering your questions a little later in the show, so get them in right now. There they were. She's getting the stuff together. First, here's what you need to know and what's trending for this very special Friday. A former Today Show staff member is detailing an alleged in-office affair with Matt Lauer that transpired 16 years ago. In a piece for Variety published on Thursday, the former production assistant at NBC News says she began receiving messages from Lauer just weeks after she landed her first anchor position in her native West Virginia while she was still at NBC. With just weeks to go before leaving for her new job, Addie Zanone says that she received a message in which Lauer told her, quote, "You look fantastic." Lauer was in his 40s and newly married to wife Annette Roque at the time. She says that she thanked him and asked if she could, quote, get a little advice from him prior to her departure from the network, to which Lauer agreed. Another message from Lauer with another compliment followed shortly after the duo set up lunch the next day. Zanone tells the publication that her intentions were purely professional, but what it turned into was a, quote, opportunity for him to come on to me. She goes on to add, quote, it was flattering, confusing, overwhelming. I was nervous. I didn't know what to do with it. He was clearly trying to guide the conversation. He was there to hit on me and manipulate the situation, and I fell for it. And when they left, Lauer allegedly told her, quote, you leave first and I'll leave after. And no lunch I'd ever had at Today had anyone suggested we leave separately, as if something was up. That's her quote. When they arrived back at the office, Lauer allegedly told her to meet him in the studio dressing room where their sexual encounters began. Over the next few weeks, the two would meet several other times. Zanone also details a time that Lauer allegedly asked her to come to his office, where he pushed the now infamous button from his desk that locked the door. Zanone says his secretary was sitting just outside, and Lauer, quote, wanted to do stuff, but she declined. The last time that Zanone claims that she saw Lauer was at the 2000 Democratic National Convention in California, when he allegedly told her to meet him in a nearby bathroom, where they proceeded to have, quote, an encounter. For Zanone, who is now married and shares 2 children with her husband, the experience was so traumatic that she says she ended up quitting her job and entering into a state of depression. After leaving her broadcast position, she enlisted in the Army and has since been deployed to Iraq, as well as working as a correspondent and field producer at Access Hollywood. She goes on to explain, quote, what happened with Matt held me hostage. I was under his spell. It was all-consuming. I couldn't focus. I couldn't concentrate. She also addresses the idea of power and consent in the piece. She says, quote, even though my situation with Matt was consensual, I ultimately felt like a victim because of the power dynamic. He knew that I was leaving and that there was no better prey than somebody who was going to be gone. He went after the most vulnerable and the least powerful, and those were the production assistants and the interns. She includes that she believes Lauer felt like he was untouchable. Although Zanone says it was not an easy choice to come forward with her story, she says she did it to, quote, squash any doubts about the allegations from other women against Matt Lauer. I want these women to know that I believe them, she says. I want to help empower them, and collectively, we have a voice to change things. Matt took advantage of his power. It's sickening. It breaks my heart that he did this for so long.
Well, I protested in honor of my daughter, Patty Sue Mathis, who was gay. She committed suicide. And I just said, I wonder how Patty'd feel today. Here's a man running for United States Senate who said that gay people are perverts, gay people committing a crime because they're gay. That's why I did what I did. I wanted people to realize that's serious. A United States Senator that feels that way about people, he's going to hold his hand up and say, I uphold the Constitution. The Constitution said all men are created equal. And that's the way they should be treated. Gay people have rights just like people who are not gay.
Wow, what a powerful, heartfelt message. On today's Ellen Show, the talk show host sits down with Father Nathan Mathis, who made waves after he protested against Alabama Chief Justice Roy Moore the night before he lost the Senate election. Mathis, an Alabama peanut farmer, denounced the politician's stance on homosexuality after his gay daughter took her own life years ago. The best part of it all is how the father got into the Roy Moore rally to begin with. Watch this.
I didn't have any idea what kind of attention I was going to have. First of all, I didn't know I would even get down there where the event was. I had my sign in the truck, and I pulled in where they were parking people, and I asked the man, I said, look, I realize this is private property, but I have a sign I would like to take down to the event if I could. You had to go about a half a mile down this dirt road to get down to the big barn. He said, sure, a lot of people are taking signs. Well, he just didn't look at my sign. He thought I had a I love Roy Moore sign. Next thing you know, I was down there amongst them with the sign. So that's what happened. That's how that came about. That's the first time I'd ever done anything like that, but I felt like it needed to be done.
Wow, what an amazing story. Ellen, of course, gave back to Mathis by donating $25,000 to the Trevor Project in his late daughter's honor. Now on to this. Singer Nick Jonas has been having quite the year. Not only is the 25-year-old starring in the new blockbuster film Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, but he's now a Golden Globe nominee for his original song, Home. Nick's certainly soaking in all these epic moments, says he can't help but feel immense gratitude for all the opportunities.
Wasn't always that way. I mean, I think that's the fun of it, is that years into it, there's still these moments where I'm kind of blown away by what's happening. You know, Jumanji coming out and the scale of that film and the cast itself, and to have that fall in the same time period as this new milestone is really incredible. And I just have a real attitude of gratitude about it, because I think that, you know, I'm in a really fortunate position to still have people care and actually be in a spot where things are going so well.
Attitude of gratitude. Love that. Of course, Nick isn't the only Jonas Brothers celebrating big milestones. Joe Jonas recently announced his engagement to Game of Thrones star Sophie Turner. So how does a 21-year-old actress fit into the whole picture?
I am very close with Joe. We live together in LA. We spend most of the time that we have off together. So I would say that I know him pretty well at this point. And it was pretty clear to me early on that this relationship was one that was sort of meant to be, in a sense, and their connection is beautiful, and their support system with each other is incredible, and everything you hope that you find in your soulmate, and I'm really happy for both of them.
And you're a big Game of Thrones guy, right?
I am a big Game of Thrones fan.
It would be impossible not to try to get something out of her.
I don't want to, though.
You don't? Okay, you don't want to spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it. I told her, I was like, don't even. Oh, plus she's signed. Like,
well, right, but like, don't even hint. Don't even
hint. And I think he's had to now sign that he won't say a word, which makes sense. But yeah, I don't want to hear. See, my problem is that I came into the show late. I think I started when season 5 or 6 was on TV. So like, you know, I was getting really into it, and then the Red Wedding happened. And I knew this thing was going to happen. I didn't know what it was, though, and it really messed me up. When I watched it, I was shooting this TV show, Kingdom, that I did for a few years, and my character was a pretty sad guy, for the most part, like, sort of to himself and just sad. This is the one scene this day that I was shooting that I was supposed to be really happy. And of course, I'm in my trailer before I go on set and watching Game of Thrones, and the Red Wedding happens. And I was thrown. They were like, all right, so lots of joy and like this is his big moment to show. And like,
Just not there, guys.
couldn't do it. Like I was so messed up about it. I am very close with Joe. We live together in LA. We spend most of the time that we have off together. So I would say that I know him pretty well at this point. And it was pretty clear to me early on that this relationship was one that was sort of meant to be in a sense. And their connection is beautiful and their support system with each other is incredible. And everything you hope that you find in your soulmate. And I'm really happy for both of them.
And you're a big Game of Thrones guy, right?
I am a big Game of Thrones fan.
It would be impossible not to try to get something out of her.
I don't want to though.
You don't? Okay, you don't want to spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it. I
Yeah.
told her I was like, don't even. Oh, plus she's signed like.
Well, right, but like, don't even hint. Don't even
hint. And I think he's had to now sign that he won't say a word, which makes sense. But yeah, I don't want to hear. See, my problem is that I came into the show late. I think I started when season 5 or 6 was on TV. So like, I was getting really into it and then the Red Wedding happened. And I knew this thing was going to happen. I didn't know what it was though, and it really messed me up. When I watched it, I was shooting this TV show Kingdom that I did for a few years. And my character was a pretty sad guy for the most part, like sort of to himself and just sad. This is the one scene this day that I was shooting that I was supposed to be really happy. And of course I'm like, I'm in my trailer before I go on set and watching Game of Thrones and the Red Wedding happens. And I was thrown. They were like, all right, so, lots of joy and like this is his big moment to show. And like,
Just not there, guys.
Couldn't do it. Like I was so messed up about it.
Save the date and clear your calendars, people. Kensington Palace confirmed today via Twitter that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will marry on May 19th, 2018. This announcement comes on the heels of earlier confirmation by the palace that the wedding would take place in May at St. George's Chapel, located at Windsor Castle outside of London. The palace spokesman has previously confirmed that the royal family will foot the bill for key parts of the wedding tab, including the church service, flowers, decorations, and the reception. Stay tuned for more royals later on in the show. We've got Imogen Lloyd-Webber breaking down the royal family's Christmas traditions. 'Tis the season, everybody. We can't wait for that. Now, everyone is talking about The Last Jedi. The movie, of course, is blowing up this weekend. People are so excited about it. Here's some of the tweets coming in. Sam Bishop saying, "No, you cried every time Carrie Fisher was on the screen. Hashtag Sam watches Star Wars." And look, I've seen the movie, and I will tell you, it's big every time Carrie Fisher appeared. I'm not a big fan of people clapping in the theater. They did it for her, and that's the one time I'll give it a pass. Jason says, "Last Jedi was awesome. You guys should go see it." Kylo approves. Kylo Ren, huge movie for that character. Leaving the theater like, I can't tell what's happening there. And then Aiden Flynn says, when the credits started rolling for Last Jedi, like, what the hell just happened? What the hell just happened? I'm trying to impersonate him, like the stash. People trying to avoid internet spoilers. Yeah, don't look, guys, because there are plenty of them in the movie. All you need to do is go see it. Then you can enjoy the memes and all of the comments later. Sam Patel saying, when you catch that midnight screening of Last Jedi and no longer need to shield yourself from the spoilers, it's a moment of relief. Look, it's a moment of just new sort of inspiration. You can see clearly. Guys, we're throwing it back to the kitchen where Andrea is joining Baked by Melissa founder Melissa Benishai. Take it away, Andrea. I'm so jealous.
Thank you, Jeremy, and thank you so much, Melissa, for being here today. So happy National Cupcake Day. This must be very exciting for you.
It's the best day of the whole year.
Yeah, so let's get to it. You have the best recipe for a wintry holiday cupcake with one surprise ingredient that most of our viewers probably have in their kitchens right now. What is it?
It's hot cocoa. One of my favorite recipes in Cakes by Melissa, my cookbook that came out this fall, is the hot cocoa cake with hot cocoa icing and glaze and, of course, a cake.
Yeah, so show me how you incorporate the hot cocoa mix into the batter.
Sure, so we actually start this cake with my vanilla cake recipe, and the whole book is all about starting with one base recipe and adding your favorite ingredients to gear the cake towards what you love to eat. So this is the vanilla cake base with a little bit of cocoa powder and a lot of my favorite Swiss Miss.
Yeah, I feel like everyone has this in their kitchen right now.
It's about half a cup of hot cocoa mix, but I'm gonna eye it. And that's the fun part about just baking what you love to eat, that you can pick the ingredients you want and figure out how to incorporate, or just go to Cakes by Melissa and learn.
Yeah, how does adding the hot cocoa mix elevate the flavor of an average chocolate cupcake?
Adding the hot cocoa mix makes it taste like a cup of hot cocoa. I love the bottom of the mug, that goo, and That's what you get when you make the cake with the hot cocoa mix, and especially pairing it with the icing, which I've done for our hot cocoa cupcake that you could get at bakedbymelissa.com, along with so many other delicious
these which
flavors.
are adorable. Now, so you mix that in.
So I mix it in.
I want to say though, I'm fascinated by your story. You turned a love for baking into a mini cupcake empire. Everyone has heard of you.
Thank you.
How exactly did you do this?
Well, I love to bake my tie-dye cupcakes. I was actually working in advertising and baking my tie-dye cupcakes for everyone and anyone. And then I was fired, so I went home and I baked 250 cupcakes, 4 batches. I knew I needed to take control of my own happiness. I used to eat 2 giant cupcakes every single day because I love them and couldn't decide which flavor I wanted. But when they're bite-sized, you could try every flavor. Each one is under 50 calories. We have such a variety of flavors at bakedbymelissa.com. They make the perfect holiday gift. They're all handcrafted.
And it's so adorable. And you even have peanut butter and jelly flavor, which is my favorite thing ever.
Cake batter, peanut butter and jelly, electric tie-dye, Christmas cookies and milk, Hanukkah cookies and milk.
But you said your favorite is the hot cocoa. So
my favorite is the hot cocoa.
You can incorporate the hot cocoa mix into more than just the batter, right?
Yes. So, you know, a basic vanilla buttercream is butter, confectioner's sugar, and vanilla extract. What I do with my hot cocoa icing is I take away some of the confectioner's sugar and add a bunch of hot cocoa mix, and this tastes like the bottom of the mug. It is so good. I could eat it with a spoon, and that's what I use to stuff and ice the Baked by Melissa hot cocoa bite-sized cupcake. And then, of course, you top it with a mini marshmallow, and I can't even, I mean, you just have to try it.
This is the part I'd be really good at.
It melts in your mouth. It tastes even better than hot cocoa because there's cake involved, and it's just like that goo at the bottom of the mug, which is what I grew up eating when I made myself hot cocoa.
So did I. Okay, you guys we've been asking you guys at home what you want to know from Melissa, so let's check in with your questions. So one Twitter user asks, can you make cupcakes days in advance and they can still be fresh if you just want to wait to ice them? Or do you wait to ice them the day you need them? If so, do you wrap them?
So if you're making your cake in advance, which you totally do, wrap it in saran wrap and put it in the freezer. It'll stay fresh for up to 2 weeks, and then you can make your icing fresh right before you're ready to eat them. That's what I recommend. Room temperature butter is the secret to having a delicious, fluffy icing.
Love it. All right, so you have this plate of finished hot cocoa cupcakes. They look amazing. And of course, the last thing you have to do, which we already kind of started, you have to put the marshmallows on.
You gotta put the marshmallows on.
Am I doing a good job?
You're doing a great job. There's no going wrong. You make it your own. You do whatever you want. And at Baked by Melissa, we ship our product nationwide, so no matter where you are in the whole country, you can make your day sweeter by ordering some of these delicious bite-sized cupcakes.
Well, I can't wait to try these. I'm gonna give you a cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, you guys. Make sure to check these out. Thank you so much for sharing this recipe. And we'll be back with Melissa again later in the show. So keep those baking-related questions coming in using the hashtag #PeopleNow. She'll be answering more in just a little bit.
Bye.
Yum. All right, but first, we are kicking off Star Treks with a whole lot of holiday cheer. Holidays are right around the corner, as we know. And everyone, it's the most wonderful time of year. It's officially Christmas. Kris Jenner's Christmas, that is. The matriarch of the Kardashian-Jenner clan has outdone herself once again with her famous over-the-top holiday decorations. Thursday night, her daughter Kim Kardashian West brought her own kids north and south to check out the Momagers' wow-worthy displays. And these were absolutely amazing. They were immediately greeted by giant nutcrackers leading up to the front door and endless lights lining the driveway. But that was only the beginning of the Christmas magic. When they stepped inside, Kris Jenner had not one, but 4 rainbow-lit Christmas trees in the lobby. No surprise there. And of course, Kris brought back her signature giant red polar bear from last year, which was hanging out front and center. Now, this is no typical bear, you guys. It's made out of metal and glass and was custom made from Paris. And it was the only of its kind in the United States until this year when Steve Harvey jumped on the Polar Express, getting his own version in blue. Of course, the tour did not end there. Kim took her kids into her mom's all-white winter wonderland room, equipped with a moving reindeer and all. Kris Jenner, you're definitely the queen of Christmas.
It's so great to be back. As you may or may not know, I haven't been here the last couple of nights because on Tuesday, very unexpectedly, my wife Julia gave birth to a beautiful baby girl.
That's right, James Corden is now a father of 3. The hilarious Late Late Show host returned to the small screen Thursday night, just a few days after the early arrival of his daughter. James, who later joked he'd love a vasectomy for Christmas, yes, that's what he said, described his little girl's unexpected arrival, telling the audience, "My wife Julia and I went in for a routine checkup on Tuesday, and suddenly the doctors turned to us and said, oh no, this is probably happening today, and this baby could arrive in the next few hours." After the very surprising news, James did what we would all do in an epic time of crisis. He called up Harry Styles. The former One Directioner hosted the show late Tuesday night, and James was hoping to return the favor, revealing, "I said, you know, Harry, this works both ways, man. If you ever need me, I can fill in for you at one of your concerts. Just say the word." And he said, "James, that won't be necessary." Hey, never say never, Harry. Of course, there is one milestone James and his wife have not tackled quite yet: their daughter's name. He admitted it's been difficult to agree on a specific name, but her birth certificate almost resembled that of a certain queen bee. Watch.
After the baby was born, like anyone who's been in this situation will know, like we were both crying. I was crying my eyes out. My wife's crying her eyes out. The baby's crying, and the doctor asked about a name. And I don't know why I said it. And I looked at the doctor. And I said, "We're going to call her Fiancé."
So amazing. It keeps getting better because a nurse heard the name and she actually began to fill out the paperwork. Luckily, James was able to reach her just in time, saying, "Excuse me, but there is only one Fiancé." Well, that is definitely right, James. Good luck on choosing a name, and big congrats to the happy family of 5. Well, the Bellas are back for the 3rd installment of the popular Pitch Perfect franchise, and boy, we cannot wait to sing along. The girls are just as close in real life as they are in the film, and even have their own epic group text for when they're not together on set. Check it out.
So much goes on in our group text.
I know.
Like simple logistical questions, like, you know, what are you guys wearing to the premiere, that kind of stuff, to like really,
like
really
I sent
metaphysical
that, I
stuff.
sent that meme about getting older, and that was pretty relatable. But I always prefer, like, the best text to get is like, "You guys, like, I miss you, come over." You know, like when we're making plans, that's always nice.
It is very
Last
active.
night it was hopping.
It's always hopping.
It is. What were we talking
For a long
about
time,
last
I had
night?
it on alert, where like I would get an alert whenever it would. That was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
That was an awful idea. My phone was blowing up for months, and then I was like, I need to turn this off.
Skylar will be like trying to Google something to eat or something, and he'll be like, "Whoa, Christy, whoa, Brittany, whoa, ding, 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 geez, Anna, here, like, take your phone."
Our group text, it's been years running, and there's like a lot of support or pictures of traveling around the world. Yeah, it's awesome.
Sounds pretty awesome. I want to get on that group text. Of course, we had to get to know the Bella ladies a little better ourselves, so here's what we found out.
Haley.
Haley.
Yes.
Probably me and you.
Yeah. Just for fun.
Oh yeah, always, never stop.
But always singing. Haley's always singing. Love it.
Esther.
I'm always late, so I don't know. I don't know.
I was gonna ask least punctual also.
I'll
but
take that one.
I'd say Anna Camp is, yeah.
Yeah, but
She laughs a lot.
Anna laughs, but she's also just as likely to make other people laugh.
Yeah,
like,
true.
She's kind of just the, like, break machine.
Yeah.
Because it's either her or she's making somebody else break.
Yeah, definitely.
Campers gets the giggles.
She gets the giggles, but she couldn't do a straight face for a long
Oh,
time.
a long time.
Me, because I like am easily. These girls are so funny that it's really hard to
explain
keep
yourself.
composure.
You don't have
Okay. I'm gonna start laughing. Right.
I mean, don't worry, Anna. I think it'd be very easy to break character with this group. And those are your star tracks for today.
Stick around, guys. We've got more with Nick Jonas telling us all about his collaboration with co-star Jack Black, plus the cast of the hilarious comedy Pitch Perfect 3 sharing their epic group text. You won't want to miss it. But first, it's time for...
Oh, snap. Don't let the paintbrush fool you guys. Joanna Gaines is a bona fide model. The fixer-upper star graced the winter 2017 cover of the Magnolia Journal, a magazine she owns along with her husband, Chip. She looks dreamy in a dark floral gown, but getting this shot was a little bit of a nightmare. Gaines admitted she was slowly sinking into the pile of fresh snow and that she couldn't even feel her toes. Well, you cannot tell that all of that happened behind the scenes when you look at this shot. I think she nailed it.
She looks amazing.
She does.
I want to read that. Migos rapper Offset turned 26 in style thanks to his larger-than-life fiancée, Cardi B. His Met Gala-inspired birthday, called the Set Gala, very clever, was held at the MacArthur in Los Angeles on Thursday. The Bodak Yellow rapper looked stunning in an asymmetrical white and gold dress, and the birthday boy glittered in a blinged-out top. Now, speaking of bling, there was no expense spared to make this party a success. There was even a Bentley ice sculpture. And if it couldn't get any better, Cardi B stole the show by gifting her man a Rolls-Royce Wraith. Can I be invited next year? When I turn 26, I think I got some shoes from Nordstrom Rack.
I don't think you're invited, Jeremy. And Will Smith has finally joined Instagram. The actor made his debut on Thursday with a duck-lipped selfie. How do you do here? Pretty good, I think. This is during his appearance on The Ellen Show. Now, DeGeneres taught Will the ropes of Instagram. It seems like social media has been waiting for him. He's already up to 1 million followers. Wow. Now, saving her best tip for last, Ellen taught Will all about the Throwback Thursday hashtag and dressed them both up as characters from the iconic Fresh Prince of Bel-Air intro. I'll tell you what, Will's Instagram is already off to a rockin' start.
More big news this week when Kensington Palace confirmed that Meghan Markle will be spending Christmas with Prince Harry and the entire royal family at Sandringham House. It's the Queen's country home and estate about 110 miles north of London. Here to break down exactly what Meghan can expect is our royal correspondent, Imogen Lloyd-Webber. Thank you for joining us. And now we've got that wedding date.
We've got a date.
May 18th. 19th.
May the 19th. I'm buying a hat.
Buying a hat and getting ready. But for now, the festivities have actually already begun for Meghan. She attended her first royal Christmas party. It was the Queen's annual Christmas party for staff at Windsor Castle. What is significant about this in terms of her attendance?
Yeah, the party was held in a set of rooms, including the Waterloo Chamber, St George's Hall, and the Grand Reception Room, an area of the castle where Harry and Meghan will hold their wedding reception in May. Yeah.
Very cool.
Queen Elizabeth used the occasion to help welcome Meghan into the fold and for her to get to know the palace staff members. According to party attendees, Meghan was at ease and friendly as she moved around the gathering, so it sounds like she's perfectly adjusting to her new life.
All right, now the royal Christmas celebrations themselves are rooted in tradition. Let's start with who else will be there to ring in the holiday, and when does everyone arrive?
Okay, Jeremy, the royals will gather at Sandringham, the Queen's big property in Norfolk. As you said, the Queen plans it all to a very precise schedule. She gets to Sandringham a few days before to oversee preparations, usually on a normal scheduled train from London's King's Cross station. Guests are told when they should arrive on Christmas Eve. The more senior you are, the later your allocated time. There's lots of luggage. The women will change clothes 7 times in 24 hours.
Okay.
I know. The Queen's nearest and dearest make the cut on the guest list, so her 4 children, Prince Charles, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward, along with assorted grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Most of them stay in the main house, but Prince William and Princess Kate have their own place on the estate Anne Hall. The palace has not confirmed this yet, but it's being said that Prince Harry and Meghan will stay with William and Kate at Anne Hall as well. All
right, no, we can't wait to watch all that play out. Now, once Prince Harry and Meghan arrive on Christmas Eve, what festivities do they have to look forward to that they'll be able to take part in?
Okay, at 4 p.m, it's off to the White Drawing Room for tea.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, there the master of the household will give everyone a timetable so they know where they should be and when.
Don't be late.
Exactly. The younger royals, under the Queen's supervision, do the final decorations on the Christmas tree, which comes from the Sandringham estate.
That's fun.
Exactly. They then head over to the Red Drawing Room and exchange presents. The cheaper and more amusing, the better.
So this is almost like a white elephant gift type thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
After tea, they go and change.
Royal style.
Royal style. After tea, they go and change for a 3-course dinner. Men wear black tie and women wear evening gowns. Pre-dinner drinks are announced by a gong at 8 p.m. They'll eat something seasonal, for instance, some game like pheasant or venison, and roasted wintry vegetables like parsnips. And get this, you can't go to bed until Her Majesty does so.
So is the Queen known to be like a night owl, or is she
She's
early?
not Princess Margaret.
Okay, so she's maybe
the
early
Queen,
to bed.
everyone. So the Crown,
so
everyone.
And if she finishes her dinner first, you have to stop eating.
So if she's not very hungry, then you're in trouble.
Oh my goodness. Oof, what a dilemma this could be. Definitely a jam-packed Christmas Eve as well. What does Christmas Day look like for the royals then?
On Christmas Day, the royals have a full English breakfast and then it's off to the local St Mary Magdalene Church. There are always hundreds of royals fans to witness the occasion, and it's where some of the most famous royal footage comes from over the years.
Right, we always see them.
Yeah, with some memorable fashion from Princess Diana and now Princess Kate. All eyes will be on Meghan this year.
For sure.
Yeah, the Queen insists the sermon is less than 12 minutes long. It's good to be the monarch.
Yeah, she controls everything.
Exactly. Lunch consists of turkey and all the trimmings. The Queen is always first in line at the buffet. The Queen does the seating plan, and like everyone else in the nation, festivities will stop at 3 p.m. so they can watch the Queen's speech. The Queen pre-records her annual Christmas message, which is broadcast to the world. The tradition goes back to 1932, when King George V made a radio address to the Empire. Guests can adjourn to the saloon for some jigsaw puzzles or go out to exercise on the 20,000-acre estate.
Exercise. How about taking a nap? That's what I
Well,
would do.
yeah.
On that 20,000-acre estate somewhere. All right, is this something that Meghan or Kate's family would ever be invited to? You know, as it kind of broadens out here, or is it strictly royals only?
Well, this is interesting. Meghan's invite this year is a break with tradition. In 2010, the then Kate Middleton was not invited when she had just got engaged to Prince William.
Because she was only engaged,
Yeah,
not
exactly,
married.
not married. However, times have changed, and Prince Harry and Meghan have Prince William to thank for that. He's very close to the Middletons and has insisted they're included in a way previous in-laws are not. They always spend time with the grandchildren, Prince George and Princess Charlotte, over the holiday season. And back in 2014, the Middletons stayed at Anmer with Prince William and Princess Kate and accompanied the royal family to church. That was unprecedented at the time, but now it's perfectly possible that one day Meghan's family will be invited to the royals'
I
festivities.
predict they will be, because Meghan seems to be, this whole thing is sort of breaking the mold in many ways, and we love it. It's great.
We love it.
Thank you so much for being here,
Good
Imogen.
to see you.
And happy holidays.
Happy
to you.
holidays.
Well, guys, New Year's Eve is right around the corner, and if you're looking to wear something a little daring for the ball drop, then People's Trend Report has the look for you: sexy suits. Yes, stars have been loving this bold, no-blouse way to spice up the classic two-piece ensemble. Actress Gabrielle Union rocks her look with a sleek Dion Lee suit, giving her the perfect combo of masculine meets feminine. Union stylist Thomas Kikis tells people it's a go-to for the actress, and that, quote, a suit can be just as daring as a dress, and it's much more comfortable. True that. Of course, the one and only Kim Kardashian West is never shy when it comes to showing some skin, and it's no different with this super sexy vintage Gucci by Tom Ford. Hello, Kim. But if you're not ready to go for Kim's extreme plunge quite yet, take a page from Solange's book with this super trendy, oversized blazer. The Grammy-winning artist pulls the look together with a leather belt and statement earrings. She's looking amazing. Well, hello, sequins. Jane Fonda proves the sexy suit is totally timeless by sporting a black blazer with a dazzle of sequins down the front, paired with simple black trousers. And that woman is simply ageless. Safe to say, I know what my next purchase will be.
Jumanji, it's a jungle inside your soul. Somewhere deep inside, at the end of the wire.
Oh yeah, there's a whole song.
Is there?
It's brilliant. It's my next Golden Globe nomination.
It's coming right here.
He also said you guys worked on a music video that will be released soon. So what can we expect from this video?
You can expect some really intense stares into camera, some really great ballet moves, possibly even me giving him a piggyback ride, and then the whole time just imminent danger around us, which is really a blue screen with really bad graphics.
Okay, right.
It's awful. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really terrible, but it's very funny, and we had a great time doing it.
Yeah.
We shot it in Hawaii during the press junket, and you know, we just went for it. We really went for it.
Yeah, definitely can't wait to see that music video. I really thought the movie was so much fun. Nick Jonas, Kevin Hart, and Dwayne Johnson bring the jungle to life in the new Jumanji revival. The film focuses on 4 high schoolers who are sucked into an old video game, literally becoming the adult avatars that they chose. Nick plays a fellow avatar whose secret strength is whipping up some tasty margaritas. So naturally, we had to ask, does the musician turned actor have his very own specialty cocktail?
I do have one cocktail that I make during the summertime that I'm pretty proud of. It's called the Bombay Dream.
The Bombay Dream?
Bombay Dream.
Okay, all right.
It's a gin drink.
All right.
Bombay Sapphire, little Perrier. It's very specific that it's Perrier.
Okay.
A splash of pineapple juice, 2 limes.
Did you come up with this yourself?
I came up with this.
Wow.
And the name, what's the namesake?
Well, Bombay Sapphire, and then it's dreamy. It's a Bombay Dream.
That sounds very
fantastic.
delicious.
It's really good.
I'm going to offer that could be an all year round, not just summertime.
I mean, listen, the gin does have that sort of evergreen vibe,
Right,
you know,
okay.
so it could be a holiday cocktail. Maybe substitute the pineapple for a more holiday.
Yeah, maybe a little apple cider flavor. Or cinnamon.
Yeah.
Cinnamon maybe.
Something.
I'm just gonna say it. A Bombay Dream cupcake would
Oh,
perhaps
that's
be.
a great idea.
We can infuse all this together. I don't know. It's
Then
a
you
thing.
get a little buzz or something.
Back here with Melissa Benishai, founder of Baked by Melissa. Thank you again for being here today. The smell's amazing. I'm so glad that I could finally make my way in here, be a part of this. You've already shared one of your favorite recipes. Now you're going to show us the secrets to icing a cupcake like a pro. These are tips that you can do at home. We promise. I actually didn't even know that it took that much. I just do the old, just plop it on there. There's more to it.
That doesn't make it pretty. She knows how to make it pretty.
Yes, you could take any one of these storage bags that you have in your kitchen, the heavy duty ones, so it doesn't explode on top of your cake. That's happened to me. And you put your icing inside. Anyone can do this. Fold back the top.
Okay, you're creating your own
Piping bag.
Piping bag.
So if you don't have one of these, which you could totally get on Amazon because you could buy everything on Amazon, you get a little sealable bag and you take all the air out. You can reseal it, but I'm just gonna snip the tip like that. And you could also do it for your stuffing, which I already did. I put it in one of these bags.
What is that stuffing?
This is cookie butter.
So if you want to get something that's filled in the middle, how do you do that? Like I love when there's icing in the middle of the
You put it in one of these bags and you poke and squeeze.
Oh, you're poking through the top there.
I'm just puncturing the top of the cake. And as far as I'm concerned, I would eat this right now. And
Me too. Just what I was saying before we started.
This is our chocolate graham flavor. So it's my favorite cookie butter as the stuffing.
By the way, this is so quick.
Yeah,
I was gonna say this is easier than I thought.
Yeah.
And then with the icing, you just do the same thing.
Yeah, to make the swirl perfect, you just kind of give it a swirl.
Give it a swirl.
Okay.
How long did it take you to perfect this swirl when you first started?
I mean, when we first started, I was making every single cupcake by myself. Like, I iced every cupcake we sold for like a year. So the more you do something, the better you get at it.
Yeah.
Actually, when we started the company, this is how I iced all the cupcakes.
Really?
Just like this. So it took me about like 9 months to discover pastry bags.
Yeah.
So you've got, now this is just a chocolate brittle type thing? Or?
This has graham cracker in it. This flavor is graham cracker cream. The cookie butter, to me, tastes like graham. I mean, do you want to try one? I think
Yes.
Just try one.
I'm begging.
We're gonna check
You
in
talk.
with your questions for Melissa. You guys have been tweeting us. One person is asking, what is the most popular filling to work with for a large group of people?
Oh, I mean, you could really do anything. This flavor, which is Christmas cookies and milk, is stuffed with cookie dough.
Oh my gosh, that's the one.
Yeah,
that's the
that's
answer.
it.
I like to go with the fan favorites. Like, I like all of those flavors that a little kid likes. It's just the way that the little kid comes out of me.
And look at the topping on this one. Ellie, you guys got to take a look at this. That looks amazing. Tell us what that's made of.
So this is made with Chips Ahoy cookies and sprinkles and white chocolate. It's the icing is also made with Chips Ahoy cookies because that's what I like to eat.
You literally cannot get enough.
And
Chips Ahoy.
And another user is asking, what's the best way to doctor up your boxed cake mix if you're being lazy? Any fun ingredients?
oh my gosh, you could do anything. So for example, if you had your chocolate cake mix, instead of just putting vanilla icing in the middle, maybe put a layer of chocolate icing and a layer of marshmallow fluff and a layer of graham cracker crumbs. And then you have a s'mores cake. For me, it's all about the decorations. I have my chocolate cake base, I have my vanilla cake base, and then I stuff it, I ice it, I top it, and all of those different flavors combined to make like unbelievable.
I'm fascinated by the filling in the middle with icing.
Is this therapeutic for you? I feel like you're a very chill person. And this just seems like it must be your, oh my, wait.
Look at that.
You guys, hold on. Here we go. Here it is. Wait. There it is. Look at that. So the stuffing just really works. Let's go ahead and try that. Andrea,
Okay.
you want to talk more?
The stuffing is great, but I literally could make stuff and ice cupcakes all day. I love repeat tasks and I love cupcakes, and this is my absolute favorite thing. Like, check it out. Ready?
There we go. Beautiful.
Perfect swirl.
I
Give
could
it a
also
swirl.
watch somebody ice cupcakes all day.
No, it's very satisfying. More satisfying to eat it.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for your questions. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
And
having
for all
me.
of this, and anytime you're willing to do this, you can come right on back.
Every day, even.
To gift Baked by Melissa cupcakes to your loved ones this holiday season, head to bakedbymelissa.com. We'll be back with a new episode of People Now on Monday. Be sure to tune back in with that. New question of the day, the whole thing. And also coming up Monday, today. Grammy-winning artist Mariah Carey reveals how she really feels about being called the Queen of Christmas. Her reaction, it might surprise you a little bit. Plus, pop band 98 Degrees opens up about getting back in the spotlight with their holiday tour and new album, Let It Snow. They're back, they're doing it.
Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your National Cupcake Day. I know we definitely will.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Are you gonna eat something? Here we go.